Hello guys, welcome to the first episode of this season. In this episode we are going to create a level builder and that makes level building easier for us. In the last method that we taught in the beginner season, it takes, for example, years to create 1000 level, but with this method we can create them less than a month, for example 2 weeks, 1 week if we dedicate it to just level building. But I am going to teach you the way to create 1000 level automatically in the latest season. So be ready for that. But what we are creating here, we are going to create in this episode a grid builder that is going to create, for example, grid 20 by 20, and you can see it clearly here, and a grid recorder that we record, for example, an arrow that start here. Okay, no, because we had arrow here. Clear all, stop recording, start recording. Okay, like this, and arrow should be like this. And I create arrow, and you can see it creates our arrow. Or, for example, if I wanted my arrowhead to be in the end of the platform that I clicked, I just click here and create arrow, and voila, let's create it. So first of all, I came here and add some prefabs. For example, we had our arrow, and for our circle I made a prefab out of them, and here this sprite I made a prefab from it. And this prefab has node data. And what is node data? Node data is a script, so I don't know why it didn't come. It has x value and y value. So for example, if this, for example, node is plat 0 0, you see the position is 0 0 0 1 and 0 2. So it is the value of the position, not in the screen. Okay, yeah, okay, so I should quit this, quit this, quit this. Okay, hello guys, welcome to the second season of this tutorial. In this season we are going to show you something fantastic, and this is the season that I really like and I enjoyed myself, and I'm going to change the way that I teach you the stuff. So let's begin and go with the flow. Okay, first of all, I made a prefab out of the circles that we had in the scene, this one, and I named it, for example, this plat 0 0 because it is on the 0 0 of not this on the screen. It is a relative position of this game object to the parent object. So this is 0 0 0 1, and all of them have this node data, shared this node data. And if you can see, okay, if you can see here, they have x and y values, and private pool is filled and is head. We are going to use them in later episodes, so do not worry about them. And one direction, I added direction none for easier calculation as well. So let's come back to node data, and we can set coordinates of our x and y values like this. So it's not something that hard. Okay, now what we made first. Here I made a grid builder. What is grid? I call these these placeholders grid, and I made a tag for them and call them placeholders. So come here, and if I just go and uncomment these, you can see I have it can be executed in edit mode, so it's just your level builder, and it is going to execute in edit mode, not in game mode. So game builder use mono behavior, and we have base game object. Base game object is for example, if I save this and I come back, use this okay, grid builder, and I'm using grid builder. Yeah, oh okay, it has problems. What's the problems? Oh okay, now it should works. Okay, now you can see I use circle, the prefab that we had as the base game object that we are going to generate in our scene, and x number of blocks means the number of circle that we are going to have in the x value, and y is the other one. And arrow transform is our parent game object that's going to have our arrow game objects. Why we use this? Because after we calculate the position of our grid, we want our arrows that have the same position as well. So let's come back and check out. So first of all, we have some block name, and this is a string, and we calculate the name with these things. What is generate grid? Okay, generate grid make the position of our thing 0 in the scene, 0, 0 first, then map is equal to new game object, and it is a list of game objects to the array, and first we clear grid. Okay, I teach you this later, and go for int I is equal to 0 to I is less than x number of blocks and y number of blocks for j, and we instantiate blocks. Okay, we should go to instantiate blocks. Instantiate blocks get x and y and make the game object of our base game object, for example the circle that we had. The position of that instantiate use game object, position and rotation, and the parent, we pass the parent as well here. Then we change the name of the object that we instantiated to block name that we had plus x value and y value. Then node data is equal to built-in.getComponent.get node data, and add the node data that we had here, and we add those coordinates to our node data as well. We are not going to fully use them in this episode. We are going to use them a little, but they are mostly for other chapters. Map x and y is equal to buildings, and return building as the game object that it creates. We could use void here, but I think because I copied the map builder from another project that I had and it was 3D, it had meant something. If in the process of making this season we are not going to use this, I'm just going to change this to void. So go to void right now, and nothing. Okay, let's come back. Now, after that, after we made our grid, for example, 7 by 9, we need to calculate the position of our grid parent. And how we are going to do that? We are going to use something called, if this is, for example, 7, we minus 1, 7 minus 1, and it is 6, and we go 7 minus 1 is 6, and 7 divided by 2 is 3. And for 9 as well, if we do that, it calculates it like that. Okay, what if I go 10? It should be minus 4.5, and we can see it here. We calculate it like this, and after that we change the arrow transform, arrows transform like this, same as our transform. Okay, now it works fine, but I need to make it here. How I can use this generate in my editor. Okay, I'm going to make an editor folder in my asset, and it should called editor exactly like this. And I'm going to make this one as well. Okay, we need to use Unity editor and Unity engine, and this is custom editor. What's the type of its grid builder that we had? This was grid builder, and the name is grid builder editor, and we extended it from editor, and we override the inspector GUI in editor. We have here on inspector GUI, if you see, and we override it. So I go on here. First we draw a default inspector first, so it should look like normal inspector. Then we go grid builder and make a game object out of it, and say if GUI layout dot button, we add button to our grid, and call the button generate grid, and if it clicked, what it do, it's do the grid builder that generate grid that we had, and for this one clear grid as well. Okay, I didn't teach clear grid. Clear grid, just get all the game object in the children, and just I think child in transform, child here, and yeah, destroy immediate all of them. So now if I click on grid, we have two buttons here as well, and I go for example 710. Let's first remove the arrows and go for this one, and you can see easily it works perfect. We didn't update edge collider. I'm just going to finish those next, but if you see 710 is equal -3 and -45. Why? Because we always want to this one to be in the middle of the screen that we had. Okay, now for the build free zone. Okay, the free zone needed to start from for example for this one 7 to 10, it should start from, the points should be from -1 to -1, 10 here, 10 to 7 here, 7 to -1, and -1 to -1, and if you see, it's a perfect square. So how we calculate this -1 and -1 is calculated by hand, but here we go, first we say make the tag of this free zone if it's not, and if try get component edge collider, if it doesn't have edge collider, add edge collider to it, and then at these points by hand -1, -1, -1, y number of flux, x number of flux, y number of flux, and then add this point to the collider. So now it should work as well. So we go for 6 and for example 4, generate grid, and it didn't work. Why? Why it didn't change this one? Okay. Build prism, because we didn't use it here. Okay, now it should works fine. Okay, generate grid, now it works fine. Okay, let's come back. Okay, we are going to add two other functions that we are going to use later in this episode, and those are this one. This is get grid. It gets all the game object that we had, and if we forget to get all of our grids, or for example change scene and come back, the grid in the memory doesn't save always, and sometimes we need to get it. Okay, what is Boolean force is? We say if it is true, I really want you to run this function forcefully, and if not, check if the map is null or not. If map is null, then you should get our grid. Okay, I could call this map a grid. Okay, go for and go grid. Okay, now it works. Okay. Okay, and I say node datas. Okay, I get all the game object that has node datas in them and read those node datas and make the our max x and max y of our game objects in the scene. For example, if I delete them, some of them, it works perfect with the deleted one as well. So it makes a new grid, and it adds all of those node datas to them as well, to this grid, and return this grid to us. And I used it here and here as well. Okay. What is getNode? GetNode is just we give one x and y values, and it gives the exact node. So it says if the grid does not exist, just get grid first. If it exists, just ignore it. And if x and y is less than 0, okay, we know there is no node like that. And if it's bigger than our lengths, still no node. But if not none of them, it just returns the node to us. So